Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel again. In today's episode of Data Talk, we are going to talk about Numpy, a very important tool for data analysis. Before we go into the detail, let me just show you something very interesting and very up-to-date. It's a playground of transformer model. Okay, so basically it just uses a very good data visualization or the process visualization to introduce you how the transformer model works, or more specifically our large language model, how it works, how it predicts the next token, the next word. So there are some examples here you can choose. We just use the default one. Data visualization empowers users to, once we click the generate, we are going to see this system actually predict the next word as there. And when we go to the details of the model, of the process, we're going to see like this one. We can see there are some vectors, elements inside, and there are some very complicated calculations happening. I really encourage you to check some of the playgrounds. It will give you some of the best visualizations you can get to understand the latest model and so on. And it will also show you that there are some important basic mathematical calculations happening inside. So like the dot product and also the matrix manipulations. Okay, so everything will come back to the basic linear algebra. And there are also some of the great creators. Like I know one of the professors in United States, he created something called handwritten AI. It helps you to understand how the transformer model works and how the different matrix calculation happens in the model. So with this enough said, let's come back to this episode. So basically this episode I'm going to introduce you the Numpy tool. Is one of the most important packages in Python to help you do data analysis. Before that, let's go over some of the basic concepts of the vector array matrix determinant. I'm not going to read it line by line. So basically a quick way to understand all these mathematical symbols and arrangements of the numbers and so on is a way of representing the number. Okay, so basically each number, each line, and each row or each column, you need to understand what it represents in the real scenario. So before you touch the real world data sets, it's important to bear in mind that all of these calculations will be used in the later part of the data analysis for you to either to explore the data or to train the model and so on. So basically the vector is a one single column arrangement of numbers or one-dimensional array. Okay, and then if we talk about the array, we can have one-dimensional array, two-dimensional array, which it will become a matrix. Okay, the matrix have many forms. Then, as I already said, matrix is just one type of array, and determinant is a special number which is calculated from a squared matrix. Okay, so in many machine learning manipulations, machine learning data manipulation, machine learning training process, there are a lot of matrix calculations inside, and you will not see many detailed calculation whenever you use like a package, very advanced and very convenient package. Okay? But inside there are some of the calculations happening. So I really encourage you to go over the linear algebra to learn about the matrix and to get a better understanding. So just a simple demonstration of beginner, intermediate, and advanced level of utilization of Numpy. Let's see the first one. Here we import Numpy as NP. As I said, this acronym just make the operation very easy. Okay, you just use NP. This is just is like a norm. Everybody uses it like this, and you arrange these numbers as an array, and when you print this array, it will be like this. Okay, then basic array operation. you can slice the array. Okay, slicing array, like you are utilizing this 1 to 4, is like to give two positions for the program to actually slice the array and to get rid of the numbers outside of this range. So basically, the cut off the 1 and the 5. Okay, important thing to understand is that in the programming language of Python, the starting point is always 0. Okay, so basically, if we change this one to 0, let's try it. Okay, I need to redo it. Yeah, you can see it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically, the slicing is based on the positioning that you defined. Okay, you can try different variations on your side. And we can also reshape. Okay, reshape the array. So its display will be like this. It's like a 1 column, or we can say a vector. So another thing to mention is that whenever you reshape an array, you specify how many columns and how many rows and how many columns you want. Okay, so let's go to intermediate level, where we are going to see some of the mathematical operations. So basically, like the first one, we have an array from 10 to 50. So whenever we add another array to this current array, it will just do the addition to each position. As you can see here, we actually add the array from 1 to 5 to 10 to 50. So we're going to see the new array here. And there is another way to do the calculation. It's called broadcasting. Broadcasting array is actually add a scalar number to each position equally. And we can see also the statistical function to calculate. For example, like the mean of the array, you can see the mean of the array is 3. Okay, to actually calculate the mean value of these numbers, and we can also calculate the standard deviation of the array. In a slightly more advanced level, there are multi-dimensional arrays where we can manipulate. Like this one is a matrix. We have a 2-dimensional array, and we have these numbers arranged into brackets. This is actually a 2-row, 3-column array. Okay, or we can say it's a matrix. And we can also set up another matrix. Okay, and we can also get the dot product of the two matrix. This is a more advanced level calculation. And as you can see, as I previously demonstrated in the transformer display, here there are many calculations of the different arrays, and it is important to understand inside of the model there are many linear algebra operations happening. Okay, so if you want to see a very simple calculation, it is like this. A more advanced will be applied to nowadays the training, the structure of large language model, and the training and the fine-tuning and so on. Then the next one is about the random number generation. Generating random number would have many different uses in the future. Here we can see that we can generate random numbers for this array utilizing the Numpy, and in another case you can generate a random number for hashing for different operations in other fields of the data analytics and also calculations. Okay. Random number generation is quite important, and in Numpy it is guaranteed to have this function. And also, if you specify the random number is integer, it will generate integers. Okay, as you see the second example, random integers. Then we come to the last example, where is a linear algebra calculation. You can see here we have a coefficient matrix and also a constant matrix. So in a math representation, you can see the below part, there are actually two formulas here. So we're actually solving this linear algebra problem. But in the coding part, you can see it is organized in a different way, right? So it does not say, okay, 3, 1 with 9 or 1, 2 with 8. So it actually separates the left part as a matrix and the right part as a matrix. Then the Numpy linear algebra function will going to solve it and give you the solution. So the solution will be the value of x and y. Okay. Then we can also calculate the determinant. Determinant, in the below part, you can see how we can calculate the determinant. You can also try it by your hand, but in the representation here in the code, it is quite simple. You just dot det is a dot determinant and get this coefficient matrix and calculate it. Okay, so whenever the determinant is non-zero, the matrix is invertible. Okay, so it is quite important for the linear algebra calculation, a very important concept. So basically, in this episode, I just introduced you some basic operations of Numpy, and as I separated them to beginner, intermediary, and also advanced level, is quite arbitrary. So if you want, you can dig deeper to the Numpy operations. They are very important. You can also try to have some variations, solve more complicated matrix, and please remember, all these matrix operations, manipulations, will be fundamental for the future machine learning and deep learning and so on. Wish you enjoy this episode and see you next time. If you like my video, please subscribe. If you have any question, feel free to let me know. Have a nice day. Bye bye.